All right. Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz is looking like it's going to be a very big success as a pay-per-view. If these numbers that Fox are showing for them right now are any indication. But most importantly, man, I'm telling you, aside from the Deontay Wilder fight, these other networks better get their act together because Fox and the PBC are looking to take over. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Also, thank you to everybody that comes to the Patreon. You guys' support is so important, as is the people that come to the live stream community, members of the live stream community. OG Boxing Talk on Sunday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. With myself, Blood Boxing, KQKC Boxing, Trap House Boxing, and my man Curtis Anderson. Let's chop it up about this, about these numbers for Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. Do you remember when people would say Deontay Wilder's not a draw? Deontay Wilder's not a draw. Nobody knows who Deontay Wilder is in America. Do you remember that? It was just last week, and the week before that, and the week before that. And it didn't matter if he had a million people watch him on Showtime. Nobody knew him. It didn't matter if he did 350,000 pay-per-view buys because it was the other guy that got the pay-per-view buys for him. So now Deontay Wilder is about to fight Luis Ortiz this weekend in a fight that I am absolutely petrified of because it is a very risky fight for Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz is no joke. But these numbers, they ain't no joke either. 2.483 million people watched the last installment or this previous installment of Fight Camp on Fox. That's 2.48 million people. That is up and that is a record for, well, the highest NFL adjacent programming they've had since 2005. So 2015. It is 2019. Since 2015, they've been putting programs into and next to NFL games. And as a result, they use those. They are promoting something else with the NFL. That's what this program is. And it had more people watch it than anybody else has, any other thing that they did since 2015. 2.43 million of them. Now, the one before that that's a 10% increase over the last one, which was 2.247. So it went up from 2.2 million to 2.4 million. Now, that's a lot of people, friends. That's a lot of people that know Deontay Wilder. I'm wondering at what point will people know who he is? Do you think he needs to have 15 million people watch him on TV for them to know who he is? I think not. I think that these numbers in and of themselves should put that nonsense to rest, but it never stops. It never stops because it doesn't fit the narrative. I hate using that word because people always use that. Yeah, you have a narrative. Yeah, I got a narrative. Here's my narrative. Get off Deontay Wilder's nuts and give him credit for what he's doing. That's my narrative, okay? He doesn't have to be the most popular fighter in the world to be an elite draw, okay? Clearly, people know who he is. People want to see him because over 2 million people showed up to watch him fight, to watch a program about him fighting. They could have turned the TV off. And I also suspect that in the middle of the show, they told people who he was. Or was it Luis Ortiz? Is that going to be the excuse? But that's not the most important thing about this. Okay, that's not the most important thing about this. We'll see what the pay-per-view numbers are because, hey, man, it's gonna when the fight actually takes place and hopefully Deontay Wilder wins this fight and the pay-per-view numbers come out and they're good pay-per-view numbers because there's no reason to believe that they're not going to be solid pay-per-view numbers when the numbers leading into it are good and getting better leading into the fight. Shoot, I have casual fans calling me asking me about the fight. And why would they know? because they were watching a football game and there's a heavyweight champion knocking people out. And they said, hey, man, you going to watch this fight? Who do you got in this fight? And I say, hey, man, it's a scary fight. You know, you start knowing fights are going to do well. When I start knowing that fights are going to do well, when I start hearing questions like that from the certain people that I know that like boxing, but don't pay attention to it on a day-to-day basis. But again, the most important thing about this is Fox. Fox is pushing boxing very, very heavily. They are not half-stepping with their boxing promotion. I'm seeing it all over the place. I would watch a video of mine, just go to my channel, check out a video, go click on my channel. I click on my video after I upload them just to make sure that the sound is right. And my apologies to the people lately. Something's going on with my Adobe Audition. It's like, or my Adobe Premiere, the application that I process videos in. For some reason, it just drops the volume down on me. Yeah, but anyway, I go check it out just to make sure the volume's right there. Go check out some, comments, some of the comments that are in the comment section. And boom, the ad comes up. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz. Right there, boom, already. And it's happened multiple times. You'll see them on video. You'll see them on ads throughout YouTube if you are, because it's interest-based ads, right? That's how YouTube works. Interest-based ads. They show the ads based on what you like. So if you like boxing, you're going to see the Deontay Wilder Luis Ortiz fight, which also will also accomplish this goal. Besides letting you know who the fight is coming on, it'll tell you who Deontay Wilder is. So I suspect more and more people are learning who he is every time they click a YouTube video if they have anything to do with the sport of boxing. Now, you know about the PBC Belt, right? And the fact that I can't remember his name, forgive me, the senior executive vice president for sports and marketing and all that at Fox said that they're considering doing a PBC Belt. Now, if they are getting these type of numbers on Fox and they're investing this type of money and pushing it out there to the casual boxing fans and somewhat casual boxing fans and hardcore boxing fans, and they're successful, it's not going to matter who it is that they put in there. They're going to continue to push the fighters that they believe will be attractive to their NFL audience. They're going to keep pushing it. They're going to keep growing it, which is why I'm saying, you guys, if you're with, I don't believe Showtime. I know what's going on with Showtime. That's for another video. But ESPN is half stepping. ESPN has their best fighters fighting on the ESPN app. They're using boxing as a way to sell their streaming service. The DAZN is a streaming service, and man, I promise you, there is not a fourth of the people, not a fourth of the people watch Canelo Alvarez fight is watch this programming advertising Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. But that's clear that Fox is really, really, really pushing it. And I hope they win, man. Seriously. I want one network. And hey, man, if ESPN wins and they're pushing boxing and I get to see the best boxers and get to see the best fighters fight the best fighters with little to no fluff, in that telling me who the best fighter is, even though I got common sense and I know what's going on. But, that might be too much to ask. But look, I'm telling you, there's been a network war going on in boxing for about 2 years now, ever since HBO left, and probably a little bit before HBO left, because Showtime was beating up, starting to beat up Showtime. Showtime was starting to beat up HBO. HBO gets out the business. ESPN swoops up their leftovers. Then it becomes ESPN versus Showtime. Then DAZN comes in. DAZN figures, oh man, it's wide open now that HBO's gone. We start competing. Then Fox says, we gonna own this. And they took over. They did that deal with the PBC. it's looking like Fox, with these numbers and the amount of money that they're investing, is going to shut down the rest. And these guys are either going to have to they're going to have to do something not to get blown out of the water, because these YouTube, Twitter commentators are not going to save ESPN. It's not going to save DAZN. Their boxing program anyway. I think DAZN itself is going to do fine outside the United States. But if you want to talk about Fox, Fox has more fighters. They have more fighters. They have fighters in the American market. They have the eyes that can be on the fight. They have the desire and the money to promote it. And I think you're seeing this in the Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz thing. And there's something else too. These guys have shut down the notion that pay-per-view is dead. Do you remember the big pitch that people were pushing, that pay-per-view's dead, pay-per-view's dead, pay-per-view's dead? Obviously it's not. Since Fox has had 3 or 4 successful pay-per-views just this year. You know what I mean? Just this year. So anyway, we'll see what happens. When these numbers come out very well for Deontay Wilder, I'm going to be very interested to see, say it does 400,000, 450,000 pay-per-view buys. I'm going to be very interested to see how people can spin that into nobody knows him. Let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.